they've got that little stock app. I added Tesla to it to give me a little boost during the day. 225 and dropping.
Tesla is a peaceful company. We've never done anything harmful. I've never done anything harmful. I've only done productive things.
Billionaire Sieg-Heiling clown Elon Musk is once again on TV crying that people are protesting him, even though he claims that he's done nothing wrong. So in this video, I'm going to show you that clip and exactly why people are protesting him. But let me start with a couple of great examples of how people are feeling right now about Elon Musk. This is from a recent town hall with Representative Mike Flood, a Republican of Nebraska, where he is asked about Elon Musk and why Elon Musk is the right guy to be in charge of government efficiency when he himself takes so much money from the federal government.
Why is Elon Musk a better person to audit our government for waste, fraud, and abuse than the inspectors general that Donald Trump fired? Because Elon Musk has conflicts of interest out the wazoo. He gets $40 billion a year in federal contracts from the federal government.
I'm having trouble hearing you. Can you slow down a little bit?
Elon Musk gets $40 billion a year in funding from the federal government. What makes you think that has no conflict of interest, that he has no conflict of interest? Do you think he would cut that before he would cut our Medicare or our Social Security or our jobs?
I support Elon Musk and the Department of Government Efficiency. Next question.
Just a complete non-answer there. And this is a really good question. How can you possibly trust somebody who currently takes government contracts, whose companies are built on government contracts? How can you trust that individual to cut the waste that needs to be cut when I think it's very fair to argue that any objective view would start by cutting Elon Musk's companies? And I'll show you exactly why. So I want to be clear first. It's not $40 billion a year that Musk receives, but it is $38 billion over the past 20 years that both Tesla and SpaceX have received. And to be clear as well, it helped to essentially make Tesla profitable. So automotive credits were key in Tesla's first full year of profitability. Automotive credits total nearly $1.6 billion. Without them, Tesla would have lost $718 million. Now, he's receiving all these government contracts, $38 billion worth, while his companies have been targeted in at least 20 recent investigations or reviews, including over the safety of his Tesla cars and the environmental damage caused by his rockets. So while all these investigations are being done, lawsuits, OSHA violations, oversight investigations, violations, fines, whether it's, Tesla, SpaceX, Neuralink, X, he's receiving this money. In what world is this okay? Any objective view of looking at what the government should cut would probably start with the companies that continue getting investigated with violations and are receiving government money. Maybe you start by cutting government contracts off to these companies. But a complete non-answer by Mike Flood to that question. Now, I also want to I want to play this because this is fun to watch.
Okay, let's talk about this. So your proposal to solve this is to tax the rich.
That is a town hall in deep red Nebraska chanting tax the rich. I absolutely love it. Now, I want to be clear. Taxing the rich is important, not just to help to pay for government programs that should exist, like universal health care, but also to have some sort of equality in the world. When you have inequality that is so out of whack, when you have people that are billionaires, meanwhile others are homeless, living on the street, it creates a society where the people in charge have very little connection to those that are living on the street. As Reuters writes, in the past decade, the top 1% has amassed over $40 trillion in new wealth, more than 30 times the entire bottom 50% of the global population. If your goal is to reduce the amount of suffering in the world for the most amount of people, We're in a system right now that is doing the opposite, concentrating all of this wealth to the top while everybody else suffers. But Elon Musk may argue, well, I'm suffering because my wealth is down 40 billion this year. So before I get to Elon Musk's Fox News appearance and my response to that, I want to share this lovely clip.
Saying on my phone, I don't know, some of you know this on the iPhone, they've got that little stock app. I added Tesla to it to give me a little boost during the day. 225 and dropping. So, and if you own one, we're not blaming you. You can take dental floss and pull the Tesla thing off, and take out, just telling you.
Tim Walz is fantastic. Seeing Tesla sales just completely drop has been one of the few enjoyable things to witness right now during this very tumultuous time, to put it mildly. But it's a little joy in life that I agree with Tim Walz on. Another joy in life is to see Elon Musk cry. So here he is on Fox News whining that I thought the left was about empathy, unlike me. I'll get to how empathetic Elon Musk is in a second here, but here is his Fox News appearance.
Yeah, I mean, it's really come as quite a shock to me that there is this level of really hatred and violence from the left. I always thought the left, or Democrats, were supposed to be the party of empathy, the party of caring, and yet they're burning down cars, they're firebombing dealerships, they're firing bullets into dealerships, they're just, smashing up Teslas. Tesla is a peaceful company. We've never done anything harmful. I've never done anything harmful. I've only done productive things.
He's never done anything awful, only productive things. All right, before I get to that, I just got to mention, I'm sure it's all very obvious, Elon Musk is maybe the least charismatic billionaire. I know that's not saying a whole lot. They're all pretty terrible, but he's just a horrible orator. Just very painful to listen to, and is just a mess at trying to make any kind of point. But this gets to how wonderful Elon Musk is. He's never done anything wrong. As Truth Out reports here, millions could die within a year due to Musk-led foreign aid cuts, report finds. On an average day, 9,000 people may die due to the U.S.'s aid cuts. So this gets to a New York Times piece, as they write here. A report published on Saturday by the New York Times, citing estimates for the Center for Global Development, finds that the funding cuts will cause roughly 3 million people around the world to die within the next year. This includes over 1.6 million people who may die from the lack of HIV and AIDS prevention provided by the U.S., nearly 550,000 who will die without food aid, and 1 million who would die without vaccines and prevention for tuberculosis and malaria. But I thought the left was about empathy, not like the Republican Party. Not to mention the other. I mean, we could spend 20 minutes discussing the various cuts that his Doge is doing. But the NOAA is said to be planning shrinking the staff as well by 20%. This will hamper the National Weather Service's ability to produce life-saving forecasts when it applies to things like hurricanes and getting people aware of a natural disaster that may happen. Also, of course, the many cuts to Veterans Affairs. This guy, he served in the U.S. military for 20 years, only to get fired from Veterans Affairs by email. So Veterans Affairs are, in terms of hiring veterans for obvious reasons, hire the most veterans, and Elon Musk's Doge is cutting them, which not just impacts those jobs, but also impacts veterans who need healthcare and need a variety of veteran services that are now going to be harder to attain because of the cuts that Elon Musk is making. Also, another example, after mass firings, the IRS is poised to close audits of wealthy taxpayers, which I think is important to note here because the cuts that he is making are not going to hurt the wealthy. They're only potentially going to help the wealthy. Now, I want to be clear, help them in the short term, because what is brewing right now in America is not going to benefit the wealthy long term. And I think some of them realize that and is part of the reason why other wealthy individuals are not happy with what Musk is doing, because it puts a target on their back. But this is the result. Any of these cuts that are happening are going to hurt the working class, hurt the poor, while helping the wealthy, as is the case with the IRS. Elon Musk, just an absolute man-baby clown, and continues whining and playing the victim while he is destroying the lives of millions.